This is your permission to say what you actually want to say to your clients, through your copy, on your website, in your emails. Just say what you actually want to say. We're pretty much conditioned from very early on to not say what we actually want to say, right? Because even the way that we're taught how to express information and express ourselves is very formulaic, because that's how you're taught in school. How you write a report is following a specific structure. How you do things is according to a specific way. When you're a kid, you probably said something that you weren't supposed to. Your mom was like, don't say that, right? Or you might have gotten negative reactions from saying what you actually want to say. And if you are a person like the people that I tend to work with, and people that I want to work with, who felt like they were a black sheep growing up, felt like they were different, felt like they were intuitive, spiritual, magical, witchy beings, and who were told, no, that's weird, right? Or you were told you were like the weird kid. Saying what you want to say can feel a little bit scary, and you might not even actually know what you want to say. You might be so out of touch with what you want to say because you've just been saying things in a way that other people are okay hearing, that you don't actually even know what you want to say. And that is the beauty of actually getting clear on what your message is. It gives you such a glow from within, kind of a sensation in your body. It's like a true transformation. And I know we're just talking about words, but words are powerful. The word spelling comes from spell, like to cast a spell. Like you're literally casting spells with the words that you're speaking. So to me, it is the most important aspect, not only of your marketing, but frankly of your business. Because if you're sitting there like, oh yeah, but I don't know, is copy really that important in my business? I'm not really sure of the value of it. I don't really know what it's supposed to do. That's like saying, I'm not going to talk about my business. I'm not going to say anything about it. And I'm just not going to communicate. If you don't have communication, you don't have a business, right? If you're not talking about what you're doing, I mean, you might as well have a lemonade stand in the middle of a deserted forest. That's great. You're not going to sell any lemonade. It's like, why do that? Why do that to yourself? You have to be able to speak your message. And that means you have to know your message. And that means you have to know yourself. Ugh, that sounds like a lot. I know it sounds like a lot. And that's why I think that in the industry, sometimes it's easy to go for the quick fix, or like we're kind of just working on things surface level. There's all these copywriting tactics, and you can do this and you can try this and whatever. And will it help you? Yeah, probably to an extent. But at the core of it, unless you know your core messaging, it's not going to help shit, because it's going to be kind of this like flash in the pan or this or that. And that's my gripe with so many of these business programs and marketing programs that have this like little sliver where we're going to talk about like who you help and how you help them. And like, it's like core messaging, but it's like a module, and then you're off and running and you're doing other things. And it's like, no. Like this should be the bulk of it. Like you are just scratching the surface barely on the part that's the most important, right? Like I had a client who was sick of feeling conflicted and just unclear. She was suffering from chronic unclarity. I don't know if unclarity is a word. It's chronic confusion, really. That's the opposite of clarity. But she was just going in these different directions. She would ask for feedback inside of these Facebook groups, business programs that she had done, and be like, what do you think of this? This is my, statement, right? You know, the statements that we've all written, like, I help this person do this so that they can get this without blah, 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 yada, yada, right? It's this long, convoluted sentence. If you ever tried to actually say that in real life, what happened? The other person would be like, eyes glazed over. Girl, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Gone. Like, and it happens. And so she was trying to write these statements, and she was posting them inside of these Facebook groups, and then she was getting conflicting feedback. And it's not that those people weren't giving her good or bad feedback. Like it's not about whether the feedback was good or bad. It's simply about the fact that they didn't have the full picture, right? And she was so unclear and kind of just going off in this direction and this direction and this direction. And we got on a call together, and I was like, tell me about your business and what you do, and tell me about why, you're good at what you do. And she was saying all these things, and I'm like, well, just say that. And it was like this mind-boggling experience for her, where she was like, oh, like she literally was like, I guess I just needed permission. So this is your permission, right? If I were to ask you behind closed doors in a private session, like just talk to me about your business and what it is that you do and why you do it and why you're good at it. Look at your response and then compare that to what you're actually putting out there from a messaging standpoint. Is it the same? Are you watering it down? Are you saying what you think other people want to hear versus what you actually want to say? Are you limiting yourself? Are you censoring yourself? Are you trying to say things in a professional manner or according to however, you know, so-and-so guru told you to say it? Or are you actually saying it from you and coming from within? Like, this is me, and this is why I do what I do, and this is why I want to help you, and this is why I'm good at it. Think about it, because that's usually where the gold is. It's not in the part where you're trying to kind of like present and like, you know, go for it. And we all need a little bit of that encouragement, because for most of us, that concept of like, be your authentic self, like that's a little scary. It's a little scary to show up and actually truly be your authentic self, because there's all kinds of things that come up with that, right? Like, am I going to get rejected? Are people going to actually resonate with this? What if I alienate people? That's a conversation for a whole other day. The whole, I'm going to alienate people. Yeah, you are. And you should. You should. It's actually a good business practice for you to alienate the people that are not for you. That's a whole other conversation, right? Anyway, this is your permission. Say what you actually want to say it in the way that you want, and just go. Just do it. You're going to get much stronger response from people than the version that is hiding behind whatever you were told that you were supposed to do, right? You break that wall down and you will have a lot more success. And that's really the only thing that matters in marketing, is how much you're owning that sense of your message and your conviction behind your message. And the rest of it is just strategy. But that's the piece that's missing. And that's the piece that you need to get to. And that's the piece that most of these programs are not going to spend time with you doing, because it really does take one-on-one work to do that. So hope this was helpful. I'll see you in the next one.